The Great Fear was a general panic during the start of the French Revolution. It started on July 22, 1789, and ended on August 6, 1789. The Great Fear took place in the French countryside. It began with the grain shortage and it led to rumors of the population burning out or starving. Citizens started to arm themselves with weapons and started causing problems. Before long, rebellion spread from Paris into the countryside. From one village to the next, wild rumors circulated that the nobles were hiring outlaws to terrorize the peasants. There was a wave of senseless panic called the Great Fear rolled through France. The peasants soon became outlaws themselves, armed with pitchforks and other farm tools. They broke into the nobles' manor houses and destroyed the old legal papers that bound them to pay feudal dues. In some cases, the peasants simply would burn down the manor houses. In October 1789, thousands of Parisian women rioted over the rising price of bread. Brandishing knives, axes, and other weapons, the women marched on Versailles. First, they demanded that the National Assembly take action to provide bread. Then they turned their anger on the king and queen. They broke into the palace, killing some of the guards. The women demanded that Louis and Marie Antoinette return to Paris. After some time, Louis agreed.
A few hours after the agreement, Louis, his family, and several of his servants left Versailles. They had never seen their palace there ever since. Their exit signaled the change of power and radical reforms about to overtake France. The Great Fear not only exposed the depth of peasant feelings about feudal dues, it caused some consternation among the Second Estate and the deputies of the National Constituent Assembly. There are also some other theories about why the Great Fear happened. One of them was Marie Matosson's in the late 1980s. His theory was that stored flour citizens had eaten was contaminated with ergot, which can cause hallucinations and paranoid delusions. This theory was later disregarded by most historians. The Great Fear ended around August 6, 1789, when the National Assembly had decided it was not in their best interest to have bands of panicked peasants roving the countryside. So they abolished the Gallican Church's rights to collect tithes. The August decrees were monumental and combined with the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen that came soon after were some of the most significant achievements of the entire revolution.
The Great Fear lasted from July 22nd, 1789 through August 6, 1789, and a lot of stuff happened during this time because of the Great Fear. We believe that the Great Fear was caused by the revolution in Paris, the storming of Bastille, and specifically the fear that the aristocrats were going to wage a counter-revolution against the revolution in Paris and Versailles when they were setting the loose brigands into the countryside to Troy. Known as the Great Fear, the Agrarian tradition hastened during its ambition was in France and fired the National Constituent Assembly to abolish feudalism on August 4, 1789, signing what historical George Lebret later called the Death Certificate and Old Order. The outcome of the Great Fear was that as a result of the Great Fear, the National Assembly in the affair appeared the peasants and first saw the further Georgia on August 1789, former abolished of feudalism, including significant rates. This led in effect to a general unrest among nobility of France.